2063 unaona Kenya itakuwa wapi?
2063.
If you think about contraception, it is a national development policy issue.
From Ni Gani means, what's the plan in Sheng? It's a creative movement for contraception in Kenya.
It's not just taking that medication to save you from pregnancy, it's about taking care of yourself.
It was started to help young Kenyans creatively frame, discuss, and showcase positivity for family planning in order to achieve the constitutional right to family planning.
We need to teach our children how to play about their sex. It's very nice to have sex. It is nature.
The majority of Kenyans are young. 74% are under 35 years of age. We talked to hundreds of young Kenyans and they told us they need and want contraception.
Debbie died on May 2010 and she died at the age of 24 years from an unsafe abortion. So then how do we ensure that these preventable deaths are not seen by the year 2030?
Yet, the taboo surrounding sex and family planning still stifles public discussion, hinders advocacy, and limits access to quality contraception services.
Nimetoka from a Muslim background, so talking about sex is a taboo until now.
All of this impacts Kenyan youth the most, and they are still not heard.
It's a brand new week. It's a feel-good Monday. We continue our morning conversation. So the question I'm asking this morning is, do we as Africans see the direct correlation between many unplanned children and poverty?
If we influenced the knowledge and capacity of young people within their peer groups to be able to educate each other, I think that would be a more powerful tool, because a lot of it, whether we like it or not, comes from peer coaching, peer learning, and sharing.
Speaking about things that are Kali, it's going to be this movement, and it's now a movement with so many people who've come out to support it.
From Ni Gani grew fast. The strategy behind the rapid growth involved 4 phases. Creating the space by breaking the taboo to talk about sex and showcase the positivity for contraception.
Tumekuwa brought up hivyo. So kuchange mentality ya mwanaume anza kutumia family planning at this age.
I see From Ni Gani as a very good platform for dialogue. The county or the national government officials are able to know the desires of the young people with regard to their sexual reproductive health. And by creating that platform, they are able now to come to table for discussion on the way forward.
By linking contraception with personal futures in a way that position contraception as vital to achieving personal goals and plans for the future.
What is very important is that we are able to reshape the whole conversation about family planning and take it out within the confines of it's only about families, but rather about individuals and people who exist in the same spaces.
Through framing the future of Kenya and the importance of contraception by using future scenarios to start a national debate.
First of all, futures thinking is about telling stories about the future. And how we do this is to basically look at historical data and current data and try and extrapolate what the future might look like. It's important because it allows you to think about issues from a systemic point of view, or how issues are interconnected with one another.
Imagine a health system where, the workers are not paid on time, and if they complain and riot in Kenya, they're told, we'll just fire you, okay?
4. Enable young social mobilizers with content, creative support, and training.
In the conversations you were having with the youth, what came out as the most pressing need? Because we know from the G-Activate report it was food, right? How do I engage a hungry person to push for policy?
We worked with creators and opinion shapers.
future tense, toka base, skuma range, zungusha fence, super fresh.
What if men could get pregnant? We kick things off with an inclusive starting shot.
Ukiweza kupata ball na hujauna mtu wa kukusaidia, tutajua venye wanawake wanapitianga.
How did you learn about sex and family planning?
I was watching movies on my uncle's drive, alafu I fell upon Pirates of the Caribbean, and I played it. But it wasn't Pirates of the Caribbean.
We linked contraception and personal futures to position contraception as key to achieve future plans.
Wewe dreams zako ni gani?
Familia yangu wakuwe poa, watoto wasome poa, because life ni hard.
The arts were used to tell stories and engage mass audiences.
The dance is going up viral all the time. That's the language they listen to.
We began to frame the future of Kenya and the importance of contraception by collaborating with youth to determine future scenarios and start a national debate.
That right there was a gentleman when that unworldly object appeared.
We brought the pregnant Kenyan president from 2063 to see what she thinks of the Kenya of today.
Mimi naitwa Imani na nimetoka future.
Ushindwe, tutajuaje unasema kweli?
The president also brought a newspaper from the future. We continued by asking, where do you see Kenya in 2063?
In 2063, where do you see Kenya?
Shall I be there?
Kila kitu itakuwa advanced. So mimi naona tutakuwa pazuri development.
We established Ni Gani Future Kenya think tanks with young social mobilizers in Nairobi and Bungoma.
Unataka maybe wale uchukue wanakataa wanasema usiende kuchukua hiyo wanataka tu uzae. Islam inakubali child space.
Using data and imagination, we created alternative scenario of Kenya in 2030, with and without adequate access to contraception.
Predatory lending. Yeah. So young people are actually at the center of this emerging phenomenon.
What is the sustainability of that? In terms of a system, is it a sustainable system? And
the people-centric Uwakilishi scenario is characterized by a system that meets people-specific contraception needs with all actors genuinely collaborating. This sees citizens taking charge of their own lives and an improved socio-economic status for all.
The Uwakilishi scenario. Does this report does it consider the fact that people may deviate from responsible sexual behavior?
The other three scenarios showed how things could go wrong for different reasons. Contraception access being good only for the rich, conservative influence on the government agenda, or donors pulling out.
Every year, when the budget is being read, there is no positive move when it comes to resource allocations.
We need to look at contraception from the context of Kenya, with insights from Kenya, and in line with our development agenda.
Based on the scenario work, a Kenya in 2030 report and roadmap was created.
We focused on the critical factors shaping the future of Kenya.
Young Kenyans believe the future of Kenya can be bright if contraception is made available to all. We challenge the youth of Kenya to come up with ideas on what needs to happen today to make the future of Kenya bright.
This will be an electronic platform that will provide an undiscriminatory feedback in a particular health facility that will allow adolescent and young people who visit a particular facility to access contraceptives to evaluate the services that they receive.
Thirdly, we have an internet bot. So basically, a chatbot is automated responses which have basic information on contraception. This, in essence, is going to have the outcome of free access of contraceptive information. How will the mobile health application work? Now, it's expected to expand on coverage. That means if I am in Mombasa, you are in Nairobi, we're able to link up in this platform where we can have this conversation on contraception. Am I getting the right services? Are the proper contraception that I'm taking the best for me?
Based on the future scenarios, we enabled young social mobilizers.
And now we know who the winner is. Mr. Hector all the world. Give it up
So this is that time where from this idea, from the solution that we've gotten, we can be able to grow something that will ensure contraceptive services actually do reach youth and adolescents that are very marginalized.
In Bungoma, we trained young social mobilizers in how to use the future's angle in their messaging and created Bungoma-specific assets based on family planning-related statistics. Street drama was carried out to create awareness and support. Ni Gani continues to engage millions and to create recognition of the critical role of contraception at a personal, societal, and national level.
Present in 2063, I'll be 3 years short of 100. So.
Reach my youth, lazima ukuje kwa Kenya youth wanapenda, and that's what Ni Gani has done, and that makes it different.
It's up to you to decide. Plani yenyu ya future ni nini?
Siku mingi tumeonana